computer overlords say that we are streaming, so I will take them at their word. So tonight we are back with Team One for some more Bloody Appalachia playtesting. I have everyone has gone to level 2. We have sorted out some rules that we got straightened out, so everybody's saves are much higher now. much higher. Yeah. And well, I tell you what, we will introduce your characters as I ask each of you a question as we go down the line. Also, guys, let me know if the music in the background is too loud. I've got it going. It should be just a little bit there. It helps the sound bed. Chuck, first of all, who are you playing tonight?
I am playing Gil, our folklorist, former journalist. Yeah.
Okay, well, Gil, we ended the last episode with you guys having wrapped up the case. Unfortunately, found out that your friend had been murdered, planted in the backyard of a cabin. But you got yourself a Bigfoot and a U-Haul trailer.
Yeah.
And you were trying to leave the place, but you kept getting stuck on the interstate. You kept coming back to the sign to Bloodworth in that little intersection where you've got the old strip mall and the sex bookshop and the turn off to Aviation Hill, Bloodworth, etc. And you just kept driving, and it just kept coming back to this intersection. We're going to pick up about a week later, but is there anything that Gil would have tried on his own or otherwise during this time?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, my primary fancy is cryptids. Mm-hmm. So being unable to quickly get this thing out, I've probably gone into full, trying to do an autopsy on it, studying every part of it, making Brett record everything.
Sure, you do.
Brett. Yeah.
You filmed the VHS style documentary of Bigfoot Autopsy with shaky cam and everything before your corpse becomes so putrid that you can't do anything with it. I tell you what, does Gil have any medical training whatsoever?
No.
Okay. Then I tell you what, well, I'll let you choose whether or not you are going to go with what you've learned on the YouTubes and make an intelligence check, or just a steady hand to see how badly you mangle the body. You can choose which. So the differential in this game, just so we throw it out there, if you have a skill, you're trying to roll high. You're trying to roll over a difficulty number. If you don't have the skill, you're defaulting to your attributes, which you're trying to roll lower than. Okay. You also won't succeed as well. You get no bonuses to it. You get nothing special from it. It's also a harder roll. So let's have that roll. Your choice, though, of either intelligence or dexterity.
Yeah. I rolled a 2.
Look at that. That is a success. And you rolled intelligence. So the hours you spend streaming YouTube videos on alien autopsies probably have come in handy.
Nice.
You got some clothespins, so you're able to pin the skin flaps back. You have a fair idea of where not to cut so you don't burst organs apart. You do a fairly good job. But here's the question, Brett: did you remember to take the lens off of your film?
I did. Camera?
Well, no. Let's find out. let's have that roll.
Do you want me to roll to make a film?
That's right. I want you to.
I have an ability for that. Okay.
As a matter of fact, Chuck wasn't rolling a skill, so he didn't get a bonus from you being around.
Yep. All right. Let me do that. It's gonna be. Yeah. 15?
Okay, Gil. Yeah, I was looking for a 12. So 15's pretty good. You got adequate lighting, not the best that you could get, but the best you could scavenge from a Walmart nearby. And, you've got your camera, and you get it filmed pretty good. So while we have you here, John, who are you playing?
Hi, I'm playing Brett Berman, film auteur. I've come along to, well, it was originally to help help these guys find their friend. But I also do like to do documentaries and found footage type stuff. Love filmmaking. And so, yeah, I tagged along, and I have a lot of footage of some really wild things. So yeah, and then in this interim, when I'm not working on trying to edit film as best I can with the equipment I have, I want to take the car for a test drive. I want to see if there's a time limit or a distance span that seems to flip us around. I want to check to see if maybe we can drive over to Aviation Hill, if we can still get that far, or if we're just trapped in Bloodworth.
Absolutely. You try to figure out what your confines are. You can get all the way to Aviation Hill, no problem. And the nice thing about that is things seem to work better there. Cell phone service is a little spotty, but mostly good. Their internet providers are no problem. Internet's not a big deal at all. They have a Walmart. It's a much bigger town. Aviation Hill's not a problem, but if you try to go past Aviation Hill, or if you try to go back home, it's not that you always somehow get turned around. Just odd things happen. You blow all 4 of your tires. You had to call Aviation Hill to get you a AAA to come and tow you back. And surprisingly, you couldn't reach anyone outside of Aviation Hill. Like even the next town over, just cell phone wouldn't reach. Aviation Hill, no problem. You turn one back one day when you think you're going to make it, because you get past the hour mark, which seems to be when everything seems to happen. And you think, oh, I'm an hour 15. I'm going to make it out. I'm going to make it out. Biker gang coming down the street towards you. And you turn around, being, safe and all. So various things. You have, you can make it. You went out to Lake Malice without a problem. Aviation Hill's fine. Of course, going back to Bloodworth is not an issue. But when you hit that interstate, you try to go anywhere else, something happens.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, Brett, you probably go to the Walmart and get yourself some better storage to download all that video. Yeah. All right, so let's go to Agent Andy. Agent Andy, you have been given an official status of a census taker here in Bloodworth, as they have not had an official census done in far too long. You got all the paperwork. You got even a court order to do so that you can present to the officer in charge of the town if if any problems arise. What have you been doing last week here, Andy?
Well, it's very nice that everything's on the up and up, because that is how Andy lives his life, by the book. Now, any given day, that book could be a different one, but he definitely lives by a book. And so, in the time that he has been trapped in this absolute hellhole with pterodactyls flying overhead, he is going to be actually doing what he does best. He's going to be counting people, and so he's gonna go door to door, and he is going to take inventory, take stock of the people that are here. How many folks are living in each abode? How many people, kind of abode? How long have they been living there? That sort of thing. Getting a very clear record of this town, because it's very necessary, he thinks. And he's very good at math. He's very good at counting. And so that's what he's doing.
He might be given the nickname of the Count by, the people back at the office.
Well, it's one of several nicknames. Probably the nicest one, but that's fine. That's fine.
Well, so you're all about getting the job done in the week that it's been.
Absolutely.
Agent Andy, one of the things that you find is very useful is that Aviation Hill is very accommodating. Things seem to be working much more normally there. In fact, you've made extensive use of the officer's fax machine in the precinct in Aviation Hill to get court orders from people that just don't want to answer your questions. The sheriff in Bloodworth is not being particularly useful to you, although not getting in your way, just not providing any backup or support in the least bit. So you've gotten some court-ordered faxes come across. Everything seems up and up through the FBI. You do notice, though, that it's one of the things that was kind of a quandary to Andy last time. While your job as a census taker was given to you by the proper chain of command, someone you were well acquainted with back at the office. Your secondary assignment, your undercover assignment to find out what's going on with all of the disappearing and missing persons, is by an agent you're not familiar with. And in the faxes that you get, you do get a list, you're assuming, of there's 20 people on this list that have gone missing. And in very small print, 6-point print at the very bottom of the fax machine, you see just a very odd line that says Delta clearance. And there's a little triangle right next to it.
Oh, dear. Oh, boy.
You have no idea what that is.
I wonder what this means. I sure like geometry. It's another type of math. So I like this little logo down here. But 20 people missing. Oh, well. Do I recognize any of the names from my census work? Family names, even? You know.
That is a very good question. No family names in common with anybody that you've taken census on so far. There are a lot of Lees and Hoopers.
Sure.
That you've ran into. And so far, in Thompsons, there's a few Thompsons and a few Smiths. But this list of the 20 names that you have, nothing corresponds either for family name or first name that you've ran into yet.
It really does raise the question, how could they be missing? They were never counted to begin with. Case closed, fellas. Case closed.
That was a nice and easy one.
That's just
Jake.
how Andy rolls.
Jake, who are you playing?
I will be playing Proctor, who is an EMT. Worked his way to that position in a warehouse, and he initially tagged along with this group of people just to act as sort of emergency on-site medical treatment in case these individuals got injured while making their documentary / investigation / census counting in this rough and tumble area. And nowadays, he's stuck in a creepy, Bigfoot-infested hellhole.
And what have you been doing for the past week?
I'm trying to get in good with the local youths of ill repute who have a good way of smuggling in drugs from various places. So, I use them to sort of keep stock of my medical supplies. And also in terms of maintaining an in with the more official channels throughout the town, I've been trying to get along with Cindy, the girl who works at the records office.
Okay. The town hall is still under repair, as it's just been a week. Proctor, how old is Proctor?
I'd say mid to late 20s.
Mid to late 20s. Okay. So about as old as some of the folks that had to repeat their senior year in high school 5 times. Right. So you don't stick out too badly, and because a lot of your hobnobbing with the Utes of town are at parties, lots and lots of parties, and you're probably resupplying your drugs just because they've got dishes of just mixed medications and pharmaceuticals as just flavor to the party.
Also, there is a vet in town, so if I need anything like splints or bandages, they're
Right. That is something else that you would have discovered is there's no official doctor in Bloodworth. The vet does some work. The barber shop actually can do a few things as well, as in the old tradition of barbers everywhere. Little bit of a little bit of a skin technician there, but the only real hospital close by is in Aviation Hill, and it is a non-for-profit. The doctors there are basically working out their student loans, and so the staff rotates quite often. But it is a working hospital, not here in Bloodworth. Which brings us to actually, let's step back for a second. Jake, would Proctor have tried to do anything to get out of here other than just, kind of insinuate himself into the youth and the drug culture?
He would have attempted to join along with other people, or he would have attempted to go with Cindy to the mayor's house out in the wilderness to see if there's like some sort of escape there. But I imagine that always runs into some snag or other that sort of prevents that from going down.
Yeah, going out into the woods with Cindy and the mayor, that was just a hard no, as she's expecting to have some potentially romantic time out in the woods. When she comes back, that apparently doesn't happen because she's in very bad mood, and just talks about all he wanted to do was fish and hike. The entire trip, fishing and hiking.
How
Did he get back?
disappointing.
Yes. Yeah, not happy about it. As far as trying to get in with a group of people, that's actually not a bad idea. You find there's a small caravan of folks that are going to concert up towards Tennessee. And you basically, with a little bit of drugs here and there, you manage to get yourself on a tour bus heading in that direction. You think this is a marvelous idea. You're almost 2 hours outside of Bloodworth before that little loop thing happens. It actually doesn't happen this time. But then the bus breaks down. Cell phone service is non-existent. And as folks try to walk up the road to see if they can get some help, they don't return.
Dang.
Eventually, the next day, officer from Bloodworth comes by telling you that, oh, you're just a couple of miles outside of Bloodworth. Here, we'll bring everybody back in and we'll get the bus towed back.
Right to the scrapyard. to the giant tin
right
man.
Right to the tin man. So question. Some of you are lower on cash than others, although Agent Andy has bundles of seized drug money.
I am loaded in more ways than one.
So you have some options. Would you stay in Bloodworth? Would you stay at Aviation Hill? Or kind of in between where the Hotel Notel was in our last episode? So in Bloodworth, you got the Taste of Bloodworth, which is a nice little bed and breakfast. Cafe attached, etc. You've got that hotel kind of in between Bloodworth and Aviation Hill. And then Aviation Hill, you've actually got some chain places. You've got a small, what are they called? Howard Johnson's, Little Hojos.
The bed and breakfast was tasty.
It's also expensive.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we should, or at least some of us split up and get some apartments or something. We don't know how long we're gonna be here.
Yeah, I think a week is a little soon to go apartment shopping.
Yeah, fair.
Maybe there's an extended stay at one of those chain places over in Aviation Hill.
Idea.
Little kitchen or something might be nice.
Yeah. You can get a business suite at one of the Hojos that have a small kitchen.
That works.
I mean,
That
I
sounds
don't,
delightful.
Pretty stable.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're staying in Aviation Hill at the Howard Johnson. So you guys taking more than one room?
I don't mind bunking up to save cash. I mean, we don't know how long our money supply is going to last.
Yeah.
I've got $500 I can throw in, but that's not going to go long.
Well, they'll what they'll do is they'll get you 2 adjoining rooms. You got a door in between. You got 2 beds in each one. You can split up a little bit, but you still have that adjoining room.
Cool.
You got a little kitchen space, television, internet. Pretty affordable. And yeah, you can get weekly and monthly rates here.
Okay.
Your neighbors happen to be a lot of bikers for some reason. Come in and out of the place. Proctor, they're no doubt making drug deals in the park.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe that'd be some good connections to make.
All right, so we know where you are. You're working out of Aviation Hill. Some of you got your own agenda here. I'm sure Gil wants to go and track down some more of the supernatural with Brett filming. I know Proctor is just getting all gangstered out, working with these with drugs. You're probably making a fair amount of pocket cash on the side if you're at all trying.
Might as well.
Yeah, it's always good to have the guy in the party that knows how to resuscitate someone that's having drug seizures. It's just a thing. We know Agent Andy is going about doing his census duties. Now, Agent Andy, it is fully within your powers as a census agent for the FBI to deputize some help if you think you need it. Just throwing that out there.
I hear what you're saying. I know that your first thought is probably my friends here. But I don't know. Those biker guys look pretty mobile, like a fleet. They have a fleet of census deputies just driving all over the place, giving out drugs, counting at the same time.
And who's going to slam the door in their face when it comes time to count, right?
Right.
You know they're good
Exactly.
at counting because they got like massive wads of bills they count out daily.
Indeed. So if they're amenable to it, I would be more than happy to deputize that entire biker gang as census agency deputies for counting purposes.
Well, Agent Andy, one early evening when you've got a group of 6 of the bikers out there looking like they're just having little meetings, some kids walk up every now and then, you see some dealing going on here and there. They're out there a good hour before you approach. Now, Agent Andy, do you got any good social skills on your
Oh, do
approach
I?
here?
I've got so many. Oh, let's take a look at this. Well, I've got a little persuasion.
Okay.
Let's see. I've got some interrogation. I don't think that's appropriate here, but definitely persuasion. Plus, I can show them some of my moves because I have a lot of martial arts abilities. They'll be very impressed.
Well, let's open with persuasion. And Andy always dresses the part, from what I understand. Andy always has the correct uniform regalia on.
Oh, I've already ripped the sleeves off of my tan blazer as I come on out here.
Back up to him.
Yeah. And I'm like, well, hey there, fellas. Got a little proposition for you. My name is Agent Andy Andrews of the United States Census. Perhaps you've heard of us. And I couldn't help but notice that you all seem to be a very, very nimble and mobile group. You seem to have a very good understanding, lay of the land, as we might say. And I got to say, I'm having a little difficulty moving around this area, trying to get a proper count, as I'm sure you understand is an extraordinarily important thing. I'm sure your membership policies are well documented, so we know exactly how many people in your crew here are full members. Some who are probies, I believe is the term. So I think we're speaking the same language here. And I was wondering if you would be so kind as to help me accomplish this task. What say you, gents?
Well, let's have the roll. This is persuasion. Okay. The number is high.
Oh, come on, that speech was gold.
All right. Let's see. See if I remember.
No bonuses for the speech. So, yeah, you're trying to roll over the difficulty. I'm going to set the difficulty as 15. Could be 15. Higher. But, yeah.
Oh, dear. Well, I did not do well. I've got 5.
Okay. Well, this goes over about as well as you would think. Andy delivers a speech verbatim, as Jeff has shown us here. And as the speech is going on, a couple of the guys, once you say that you're Agent Andy, start looking around for your partners. They might have even cued into the fact that some of your friends might be looking out the window laughing, figuring they're about to see Agent Andy take a bullet. Or worse.
Listen, fellas, I get what you're doing here. You're looking around for backup, see if someone's covering my 6. But I'll tell you something. We folks here in the Census Department, we are the badass of the badass, which means they only send me to the worst parts of this world, to this country, because I don't need backup. So if you want to see a little bit of this, a little bit of Laverne, a little bit of Shirley, well, you just keep stepping on up here.
So I have to ask Jeff, do you want to spend a survival point for a reroll? Because it sure looks like you're trying to double down on that.
I'm trying to, I'm trying to get chesty. I'm trying to demonstrate my toughness, which I believe is enough to. Sure, I'll spend a survival point.
Don't have to. Just wondering.
No, it's fine. I think it's funny. I want a fleet of freaking bikers doing my bidding. That'd be pretty great. So let's try this again.
All right.
So I spent it, and I will do.
Okay. Here we go. Oh, nope, still no good. That's a 10. Oh, dear.
Okay. But that is a 10. So here's what happens. Everybody looks very hard at you for a moment. You can't help but notice that they're all open carrying. They've all got pistols on their side. You can see knives here and there as well. The guy who you're thinking might be the leader, it's hard to tell. Sometimes the leaders are a little cagey. And he takes his leather glove covered fist, puts it out slowly towards you for a fist bump. He's like, respect.
Well, I hear that right there. There you go, fella. And I will slowly, matching his speed, so as not to alert those with open carry and knives.
All right, yeah, so it's
return
a
the fist
slow fist bump. He says, spent some time in the service. I know a man who's seen some shit. You look like that kind of man. I can respect what you're asking here, but FBI, you guys pay chump change. My gang here. What do we make today, Mo? This is the guy that's been counting on the cash. He's like, 12,000, Henry. We made 12 grand by sitting out here for an hour. What's your offer to you, man?
I absolutely cannot beat that. So if monetary gain is your primary motivating factor in life, then I will defer to what you're getting here. However, if you're looking for purpose and meaning as a member of the service, this is what can be provided. There is nothing more important than counting. Okay, knowing how many we are, how many we were, and where we're at. There is absolutely nothing in the history of the human species more important. But however, I understand. The mighty dollar, capitalism, USA, I get it. So I understand, and I respect that, sir.
You're a funny man, Agent Andy. I tell you what. Rufus, Glenn, these are two of the guys that haven't earned their patches yet. They don't have the screaming eagle on the back of their jackets. I think you just got yourselves employed by our G-man here. It's like, oh, man. It's like, you heard me. You do what this man says. You collect your pay, and how long you need my boys for, Andy?
Oh, well, thinking maybe a week. Should be able to get everything done. How's that sound?
The two noobs look like they're going to complain, but they don't. They're like, yeah, they'll work for you for a week. Won't you, boys? Yeah, we got you. All right. Another quick fist bump. Mm-hmm. And they take off, leaving behind these two rookie bikers who've not yet earned their patches. They look a little nervous.
Andy will turn to him. All right, probies. Your life has been cake up until this point. You don't know how hard life can be right now. You're going to count from sun up to sundown, damn it. And then you're going to keep counting every day. I don't want to hear anything out of you. No complaints. You know how to count, right? And if you get to a number too high, you write it down. You use your fingers. You use your toes. Whatever it is you got to use. You understand?
Rufus is like, damn it. I quit an H&R Block to join this gang.
H&R Block. Oh, geez, yeah. You don't want to go down that route. That is an absolutely awful. That is an awful agency to work for. Boy, I'll tell you, you are definitely in a better place, sir. Government work, man. Let me tell you about the pension. Oh boy, the pension. It's so good. Of course, most census agents don't live to be 45, so we never actually get to collect it. So there's that.
Now, speaking of which, you've got a hard nut that Andy has to crack here. There's supposedly a family of 6, possibly 8, possibly 10 in Bloodworth that you've been trying to contact. Every time you've gone up there, no one's been home, or at least no one's answering the doors. Vehicles, there's obviously vehicles there, but there's no one ever there when you go. And, you hate doing things out of order, Andy. And this family's the next on your list, and they're a Lee family, another Lee family.
All right.
Is this what you had on your itinerary for today?
Is this something that Andy would want to do himself, you think, or would he put his new probies on it?
Oh, you tell me, Andy. You've got 6, 8, maybe 10 persons in that house because you just can't tell. The birth records are a mess. We haven't had
Okay.
a census here in so long, and they're either avoiding you, Andy, or they just know you're coming and they're just never home. So
All
you
right,
tell me,
Ozzy.
Andy.
So I'm gonna turn to the two of them and like, all right, Ozzy, Harriet. I don't know your names. I don't want to know them yet. You don't deserve them yet. I want you to get on out. And I'll give them the address.
Mhm.
Now leave your cuts on. Whatever you got on those. Oh gosh, you look embarrassing. Just get on out there. Pretend that you're not a dignified census agent. Go up to him. Say you're selling Girl Scout cookies. I don't give a damn what you do. But I want you to get that door open. I want you to get inside. And I want you to count, God damn it. Do you understand me?
They both kind of look at each other and they're like, they give you a salute. Yes, Agent Andy, sir. You give him
Did I
the
say you
address.
could call me Andy?
Yes, no, sir, sir.
There you go. That's
Agent,
Agent
sir.
Sir. Thank you very much. That's right. Now get out of here.
They take off, looking very confused.
God, he's the dumbest.
You guys are all watching from the windows, like you get the vine, the shades pulled, and he's kind of
After
looking down at the
it-
parking lot.
Brett would have come up with the camera.
Yeah,
Like, Proctor, get the boom mic.
Let's make a great bonus feature.
there's a boom mic sticking out of the window. All right. So Gil and Brett, Bigfoot stinks after 3 days and
Yeah.
rots real fast. So that's over.
Yeah, let's get rid of this. You're not going to get your deposit back on that.
No.
Yeah.
You do not get your deposit back on the U-Haul.
You know what we could do?
What?
We could find something to dissolve all the meaty bits and preserve the skeleton.
You think you can find someone that's got that and that's big enough for it and all that?
Excuse me, Andy just made friends with the biker gang.
Sure. Well, that seems a bit judgmental. I mean, you're assuming that they're murdering people and disposing of bodies.
I
I
was
mean-
just presuming they could get a hold of illegal and,
Oh, okay.
chemicals that you have to have a license for. You're the one who was presuming they were murderers.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. I'm not going to apologize to them. They didn't know I said it. So
Okay. I'm going to go down to the lobby in the little hotel and do some quick Googling
Okay.
to find out how to dissolve the flesh off a body and leave the skeleton behind.
Okay, yeah, they've got like a little business nook that's got like a computer from the 90s running Windows 95 and a printer. It's a little hard to use because, pop-up ads that are, offering you extended auto warranties and to increase your girth pop up every time you move your mouse. But eventually you're able to find out some information that you need. And, lie and lime are the things you want. Easily bought at, most hardware stores.
Oh. Then yeah, let's go to the hardware store and buy some really big plastic containers and a shitload of lime and
hey, can you swing by the Walmart?
sure. What do you need?
I'm going to buy like a small laptop, a cheap one with some Wi-Fi, so that we don't have to go downstairs and use the public computer.
Yeah,
Oh,
who's
no.
got the cash for that? $300 gets you an HP Pavilion.
I can swing that.
I mean, that was the kind of search that you want to do on someone else's computer, though.
I'm not disagreeing, but I need to do editing, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you get yourself a functional laptop at closest Wally World, no problem. So the receptionist who you've gotten to know really well, his name's Blake, and he's like a thin, wiry guy. And whenever he's not manning the desk, he's got like one of these old weeder bench presses in like this small back room with those little plastic weights, and he's just pumping away at it. He's got mirrors lining the whole place. He's like flexing now and then, and he's a weedy guy. He's like really, he's fit in that cocaine chic way, where the kind of body sculpting you only get from massive amounts of overdoing drugs, especially speed.
Well, if he's like flexing in front of the mirror, like he's been a nice guy. I'm gonna do him a favor and get him some like baby oil. Like if you're gonna be like flexing in front of the mirror, you might as well be shiny while you do it.
Give him some posing points, right? Yeah, he's actually been pretty useful to you guys, getting some stuff here and there for you that you need. He seems to always be on duty. You don't know that the guy sleeps. There is a small cot in that back room with his little weeder bench, but yeah, he's just always got a pot of coffee going, and he's just always refilling it, always drinking it. It's supposed to be for guests, but he's making a lot of use out of it. He's always like talks real fast. His eyes are always just wide open and wired. He's like, "Hey, Gilbreth, what's going on today, guys? You got some filming going on? Yeah. What you got going?"
We just just some stuff that we're working on. I got to do some editing and whatnot. The boring end of the filmmaking process is the editing, but it's the most time consuming, but also the most important.
Hey, not a problem at all. Tell me if you need me to steal you some more bandwidth. I got it going for you. I know we got things capped out here, but I can always get you more. Just let me know what you need, okay?
Yeah, sounds good. Thanks,
Coffee. I got decaf.
I'll take some coffee, sure. Yeah.
Like a skilled barista, he slings you down your coffee. You still staying another week? I got you down for a week. You want another week? I can cut you a deal if you need another week.
That's a maybe.
Yeah, we'll let you know. We'll talk to the others.
All right. I got to get back to it.
Yep. Off you go. You got a competition coming up, man?
Yeah, I got to look good.
Oh, cool. What's the competition?
It's just me.
Okay. Well, competing with yourself is a great way to improve yourself. So that's awesome.
Yeah, man. I keep all my stats. I keep my weights. I keep the development going on. I'm one day I'm going to be really big. Some big shot producer. Maybe you come by and need an extra, and I'll be the guy with the guns in the background.
I'll let you know if I need one. I'll let you know.
You do that.
All right, we'll do.
And he starts pumping away at what's probably 80 pounds.
Go off to our room. That boy's on a lot of speed.
He is.
You guys tool around for a bit. Pick whatever you need up at Walmart. Proctor, there's a couple parties tonight you might be gearing up for. There's certain pharmaceuticals you need to, just to fill out your kit. You think that Quaaludes might be in the offing tonight at certain parties that you're looking at. They're goth parties, so of course.
Ooh, naturally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you do have to do something about your wardrobe.
Yeah,
you really do. Or just buy a carton of clove cigarettes and you'll be the hit of the town. I mean,
yeah.
Bring a carton.
You know what? Yeah, I'll go with my bloody EMT clothes because that's gonna be metal, right? Real blood.
Yeah.
Real blood.
And I think that should handle it.
And you're naturally pale anyway.
Yeah. Not there to be cool. I'm just there to be like the accessory to these guys.
There you go. Old and pale. You'll fit right in. Early afternoon. Well, actually, it was the early evening that this happened with, since they were all the bikers were gathering outside. Hours have passed, Andy, and your probes haven't come back yet.
Well, that's a strange sentence. However, I am nonetheless perturbed. So I will venture towards whatever one of my friends is nearby, and I will say, those two were the sissiest probies I've ever seen. But I still thought that maybe they could count one freaking home. So I think it might be a good idea for me to go check on them. Cause boy, that would be a shame. I'd be embarrassed, honestly, if I got them killed, or embarrassed, or I'll tell you what, more likely, they're probably not even doing their job. They're probably not counting. They probably didn't take me seriously. Well, I'll tell you something. Nobody doesn't take me seriously. Okay, who wants to come with me, huh? I'll let you carry one of the guns.
I'm in.
I'll go with.
I'll go
Hey.
just in case someone gets shot or stabbed or something.
Oh,
I
there's
got a
guarantee
question
of that.
that
If I
just
find
popped
him
into my
alive,
head.
I'm shooting him in the ass. I swear I am.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Brett.
No, that's all right. It just popped into my head. Random thought. Thanks, ADHD. So we know that the Hoopers had some sort of deal going with the Sasquatch. What about the Lees? Did they have a similar thing going with that, or is that something else?
Maybe they've got to deal with the pterodactyl.
Oh, jeez, I wouldn't want to be there for that.
Do not make jokes about the pterodactyl.
Andy's
Not
still a little
joking.
sore about that.
I had trouble sleeping because of that damn pterodactyl. The dead bodies, the Bigfoot, none of that bothers me. But that damn I don't want to know that something can swoop out of the sky, grab me, lift me off, and eat me mid-flight like it's a freaking Delta airline. Okay? I just don't want that to happen.
I don't either.
Delta Airline, well known for swooping down and eating a manhole.
It's true.
Delta Airline, the preferred airline of Delta Green.
All right. That's a great question, though, Brett. I wonder if the Hoopers and the Lees, if they are antagonistic at all towards one another in some particular way, even if it's just, competition, old school, blood runs deep, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Maybe they wonder if they're benefiting perhaps from old Furry McFurryston going down. Should probably take a look.
Yeah.
In the where I sent Ozzy and Harriet, that was a Lee group.
It's a
right?
Lee group, yeah.
Okay.
You've
Well,
got
maybe
that
they can get
list
some
of
answers.
people, right?
I do
Is there
indeed.
more Hoopers and Lees, or is it even mix?
Don't know.
Even
Andy's
me.
in the middle of trying to figure this out.
Yeah. Still working on it. People just don't like being counted, and I don't really understand. You know what I think it is? I think people just didn't really like that Duck Duck Goose game when they were a kid. It just didn't really feel like it. I think that's where it all stems from, but I haven't finished the research.
It's fair.
Anyhow, you getting going?
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Who's driving and in what vehicle?
The U-Haul has a dissolving Yeti in the back of it, so maybe we should take my station wagon.
All right. I assume Gil is driving then. So hit the road. And let me have all of you guys make spot rolls. Remember, spot's not a skill. D20 plus your wisdom plus any modifiers you might be given through class, occupation, or otherwise.
Oh, I got a 5.
Ooh.
16 for Andy.
I also got a 5.
15.
Okay, so Proctor and Andy, both of you notice as you're driving back towards Bloodworth that you're going around the outskirts because you know exactly the house that you're trying to get to. It's a little bit just outside of town, old mansion style, like several stories, had the old Southern traditional. It's very, very picturesque on the outside, although it looks like it's seen better days. Not well kept. But as you're driving back, you're about 10 minutes outside of Bloodworth when you guys notice that there's something in the ditch alongside of the road heading into Bloodworth, in the other lane. So it would have been heading towards Aviation Hill. Looks suspiciously like a motorcycle.
Oh,
Oh, jeez.
hey, you see that there, Proctor? Is that
Yeah.
that was a motorcycle?
Yeah, it wasn't a bicycle.
Oh, well, I saw what the probies were riding. It very well could just be a bicycle, but I don't know. We should probably pull on over.
Yeah,
Take a
better
look.
be safe than sorry.
They were
Polo?
driving Yamahas, so
Oh no.
Oh, jeez. I should have. Why did I even send him to do anything? Useless. Ugh.
All right, Gil. You just turn a UE in the street, head back the opposite direction.
Yeah.
All right. You guys come upon the scene of an accident. There is a twisted corpse of a motorcycle that looks like it just ran off the side of the road, went a little further, and just completely got demolished on all the rocks and the trees along the side of the road. there is a blood trail as well. Like you see the bike, it looks like it continued going forward for some amount of time without a rider before it hit a bunch of trees. And there's a significant amount of blood trailing behind it, but you don't see a body. You do see some drag marks going into the forest, though.
Whoa.
I suppose. All right.
And Andy,
Someone keep an eye on the sky, please, just in case.
this is definitely one of the bikes from the 2 probies that you sent out. You are good with numbers and license plates, so yes, this is one of the
Look at
probies bikes.
Useless. They're just useless. It's absolutely ridiculous. Oh my gosh. First day on the job? Are you kidding me? You get yourself killed on the first day? Ugh. They are nonsense material.
Gil, do you want to pull over to the side of the road, or do you want to just go off-road a little bit and get completely off the interstate?
I will pull well off onto the shoulder, but
Okay.
not like completely off into the grass.
All right, so maybe just across from where the motorcycle is, down in the ravine below you there. Who did better than a 15 or a 15?
Not
Proctor and I. Proctor got a 15. I
Both
got a
of you.
16.
Yep.
Okay, well, both of you also know that the motorcycle is peppered with what looks like buckshot as well.
Ooh.
Well, that's curious.
That's
maybe they did
definitely-
get to your census place and were followed. Maybe he's running for his life.
Well, we only see the one, right? And they weren't. They had 2 different bikes.
Yeah.
Maybe. All right, here's the working theory. They went there. They were doing their job. Finally. However, whoever they were trying to count did not want to be counted, and they took it out on Ozzy or Harriet. And then the other one fled. But these Lee folk chased them down, something like that. And then perhaps a ground pterodactyl dragged the body out into the forest. That's not accurate?
Ground. It's okay. One, would it still be a pterodactyl if it's a ground on the ground? I mean, I guess it would. I mean, it's still a pterodactyl even if it can't fly.
Look, there's. I think there's only one thing to do, and that's follow the drag marks, right?
Yeah. Oh, that's one thing I do want to look at. This blood trail in the direction that the motorcycle skidded. Is that coming back or going to?
So the motorcycle is heading towards Aviation Hill. The blood marks are behind it, so it's leaving a trail behind it.
So it's like they went to the place and then came back and had their wreck on the way back.
Yeah. Does anybody have
maybe
tracking
chase-
or wilderness survival?
I have nature.
Oh, well, I'll tell you, make me a nature roll. Does anybody have wilderness survival, or some people get tracking specifically, which is a subset of wilderness survival? Nope.
No.
Okay.
I have art and music.
The forest is not alive with the sound of music.
That's unfortunate.
What'd you get, Gil?
18.
Nice.
Do I get that +1 from Brett?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, then it's a 19.
Yeah, because everybody is always in their best performance around the producer, you see. Because you never know when you're being filmed.
True.
True.
You have no idea where the drag marks are, going, you're not a skilled tracker, but you do know the prints of predators when you see one. And looking down here, it looks like at least 2. Actually, that's a good roll. A wolf or a large dog, maybe.
Okay.
Looks like it carried that body into the forest.
I will share that immediately, hopefully putting Andy at ease, knowing that it wasn't a ground pterodactyl.
Okay. Well, that'll be easy. That'll be much better. All right. Let's
Yeah,
do
we're
it.
wolf
Brett
with a
said.
shotgun. At least we
Sure.
can wrestle it.
Yeah. Hey, y'all remember the Zogs?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Just checking.
Is it daytime or nighttime?
It is not quite night yet. It will be full dark in the next hour.
How big were the two bikers that went out?
Moderately so. Maybe 200 pounders,
Okay.
just under 6 foot, both of them.
All right. Well, I get my flashlights and
Yeah.
out of the back of the car. And
Is there like a tire iron over there as well in that car?
yeah,
I gotta bring that along just in case. And so I just want to make it clear that Andy goes everywhere, literally everywhere, with his Kevlar vest on, both of his guns, very clear. He's not hiding anything.
He's got his
Literally
badge out
Oh, yeah.
in front. Badge out in front.
Oh yeah, he goes down into the office of the frickin' Hojo or wherever we're at, dressed like that. It doesn't matter. He sleeps.
You've got your warrant to do the census taking, like right in the hip pocket, ready to flash.
Right there.
Ready
He's
to pull out.
just a kid.
Okay, so yeah, about an hour to dark. So it's sun's going down. It's heavily shadowed, but you can still see well enough. But yeah, you take the precaution to grab a couple of flashlights. You grab a crowbar and you guys head off. So I would normally call for a tracking or wilderness survival roll, but the blood trail is kind of obvious. Follow the blood trail into the tree line, and it doesn't take you long to see the body. It's just laying there. You don't see any large animals around, although there are small animals feasting. So as you come upon the scene, his leathers have been raked and torn, like probably the wolf or dog was trying to get at the good soft bits in the stomach area, but wasn't able to get through the leather jacket. It's just heavily torn. So it's settled for chewing through his neck. A lot of that nice, cheek meat just ate his face. Currently, there are small animals there that are able to get in under like the leather jacket sleeve and are just chewing away. You see something that's around his crotch region is moving around. The pants are just wet with blood as some small critters are in there just eating away.
I now have an idea for a new horror movie.
So this is a pretty horrific scene. So everybody give me a courage check here.
I'm so good at these.
Mm-hmm. So you're trying to equal or lower than your courage score.
all right.
Which everybody should have increased now.
Yes.
Nope.
I increased it, but oh boy.
And I do have advantage on courage.
Okay, so roll another d20 and try again.
Double 16s.
Double 16s. Oh,
Lord.
wonderful. Okay, so everyone that's failed, roll me a d10, and I'll just go down the list here, starting with Chuck, and tell me what you rolled.
9.
A 9. Okay, give me just a second. All right, a 9, Chuck. Gil faints at the sight of probably whatever is moving around the guy's crotchal region.
Yeah.
Just Gil's imagination just goes somewhere bad, and he just faints dead away.
Definitely
Andy, did you pass?
Yeah, this was not the first time that Andy has seen a corpse having its genitalia eaten by forest critters. So he's very used to this. This is commonplace in the census.
Andy wasn't always a census taker, you see. Yeah, that's what we're going with. How about Brett?
I failed, and I got it.
What did you get? Sorry.
I rolled a 2.
A 2, that's not too bad. When you just first see it, you just let out this very, very, very high pitched scream. Yeah, very loudly. So, if you were in hopes of surprising anyone out here, that's probably just out the window. But that's it. You can't help yourself. You just scream and then you cover your mouth real quick.
And then I filmed Gil passing out.
Yes, absolutely. Proctor, how did you do?
I failed and got a 10.
Ooh, that's the extreme failed courage table.
Oh boy.
Roll another d10.
Oh boy. D10. 4.
Okay, this is not that bad because it won't. It's just a time thing. You're basically struck dumb as you're unable to speak and you just stutter and you can't really get two thoughts to come together in your brain as you just are stupefied at what you're seeing before you hear. The injuries and the wounds aren't the bad thing. That's really not the bad thing. You being the EMT notice some other things, like the bottom part from his calf down of his left leg has been surgically removed. And the tissue and stump has been cauterized. You are seeing the shotgun blast to his backside, particularly in his buttocks region, as if someone fired at him as he was running away, perhaps. You also notice that with likewise surgical precision, his tongue has been removed from his mouth. This man was tortured, maybe, you're thinking? But it's enough to stupefy you for a bit as you see all this damage that's been done here. Gil, you can be unfainted after a few moments.
Okay.
Andy will look at Gil and be like, "Oh my gosh, pull yourself together. We've seen worse. What's wrong with you?
Have I?
You call yourself a folklorist? Come on."
I study things in books, not wiggling around in a man's crotch.
Well,
Wood
you
carvings
study
don't learn.
anything.
Than what I intended.
Wood carvings aren't this graphic.
Yeah.
All right. Andy wants to try to shoo some of the creatures off. Like, get out of here. Get on out of here. Shoo.
Yeah, a skunk is what descends out of his left leg and goes scurrying off into the forest with its maw and its paws just covered in blood. I'm not even going to make you roll for that, Gil. Yeah. Skunks don't eat flesh. Skunks don't eat flesh.
That ain't right. The
rest of the animals were chipmunks.
Those
Also
don't
not
eat
well
meat
known
either.
for being meat eaters as they
That's
scatter
weird.
into the forest.
It's the strangest Disney film I've ever seen. Oh my god.
Andy, I need you to shoot me one of those animals.
You need me to shoot you? Okay.
Oh,
here
an
you-
animal.
Oh, one
No,
of the okay.
One of the animals.
Oh, excuse me.
You said yes
geez.
too quick to that.
Well, you're a friend. I would never say no to you. Bang. And I will try to shoot one of the animals.
Did you try to shoot the skunk or one of the squirrels?
Yeah. I've got two guns. Bang, bang. I'll try to shoot one of these.
Take him out.
All right. Yes, -2 to the one shot, -4 to the second. But go ahead and make me two ranged.
All right.
Proctor, are you okay? You look a bit.
So it's D20 plus your dex plus any bonuses that you have to
Right.
ranged weapons.
Gotta check my
And
dex
then
again. All right.
-2 to the one shot, -4 to the second.
All right. So first shot's just flat. That's a natural 1. That's what I'm talking about. And then the second one is a -2. 11 on the second one.
Okay. Well, the second one, was that a squirrel or the skunk?
I will say we'll go alphabetically and say that was a squirrel. It's the second one.
Okay. You shoot the squirrel, no problem. The one, however, is a critical fumble.
Oh dear.
Let me get to my crit charts here. Go ahead and roll me a D20.
Got it. That's a 4.
It's just a really bad miss. But that bullet does go in some undisclosed location. I mean, being well trained in firearms in the field, Agent Andy, that was a big no-no. Not knowing where what's behind the bullet, that just went off into could be somebody's grandma in the next field over. Who knows?
You're a
But that's-
random.
Yeah.
What time of day
He'll
is it?
whirl
Grab
on.
it, do it out in
He'll
the
whirl
field.
on Brett. Yeah, he'll whirl on Brett. And be like, "You're gonna edit that out, right?"
Fix it in post.
Okay. Well, there's your dead squirrel. Unless you want me
He
to put a
shot
couple
grandma
more bullets in
right
him.
in the sciatica.
That's a hell of a shot. If you
It's a
think
long
about it,
distance when it slowed down enough.
that's pretty impressive. That's way better than shooting a skunk. Are you kidding?
It is. It is.
Okay, you have one meat-eating squirrel dead on the ground. Clean shot, right through the body.
Okay. I'll scoop it up with my tire iron so I can carry it back to the car once we're done here.
Hey, Andy, should we maybe investigate the body a little bit? See if he's got like ID?
Oh, that's
Proctor,
a great idea.
You snap out of it, and you can share what you've just seen if you would like.
You guys should check out his mouth and that leg there. That was done recently. It was taken off.
Oh.
You can see the cutting here, but you can see that it's been burned shut. And if you look in his mouth, you can see the same has been done to his tongue. He's been going through it for a while, and recently too.
Well, they've only been
Wow.
gone for a few hours, right?
That's true. I was gonna ask because I gotta tell you I didn't really pay them too much attention. I couldn't tell if they both had 2 legs. But I'll take your word for it, there, Proctor. I think you know your business.
If he's
what's
missing
that?
his leg, can you ride a? I don't know. Can you ride a motorcycle with one leg?
Yeah, as long as the gear shifter's on the right foot.
Okay.
It's his left leg that was missing.
So more than likely, that buckshot in the ass probably came as he was running away. Then they cut off the leg. Probably in that order. That would make more sense, I think. Let me check his pockets, see if he's got anything in there. See if he actually did the counting like he was supposed to. That would be very useful, at least.
Okay.
Should we?
His wallet's missing, but you do find a notepad that basically has the address you gave them scrawled on it, and he got to counting one person, just one hash mark, and then that's it. And then
Well
there's a
done.
lot of blood. There's a lot of blood over the rest of the notepad.
I'm gonna tell you this, there, Ozzy. You're not a probie anymore in my book. Rest in peace. All right. There's definitely one there. That's a good
Yep.
place to start.
Yeah. Proctor, does it look like? I mean, okay, so clearly cut out his tongue, cut off the leg as torture. Did they work him over any other ways? Like he's got, I don't know, bruising or anything? They have him tied up.
Yeah. Can I do a first aid to sort of assess maybe what
Yes,
all injuries?
Please
he's
do.
received?
Yes, please do.
All right. That's a D20 then. Yes.
Yeah, D20, you want to get high, add any bonuses that you have, plus your intelligence in this one. 15's good. Other than what you've already seen, yeah, the buckshot, it's all fairly fresh. This guy he lost a lot of blood before he got on the bike. So he probably ditched the bike off the side of the road because of loss of blood. He probably fainted, perhaps, got dragged around a little bit as the bike continued, because you do see that road rash across some of his body, the front of his body, actually. The only thing peculiar, other than what you've already figured out, someone had medically cut off one of his legs from the calf down, and then, to keep him from bleeding out, cauterized it with not well. It looks all the world to you like somebody just took like a very hot rock, or maybe a flat end of an iron, and just pressed it up against it. Must have been agonizing. But through all of this, what churns your stomach just a little bit is that you smell, there's a little hint of rosemary and some spice and some brown sugar. He smells like barbecue sauce.
All right, so this guy smells like he's either been eaten recently or that he's been eaten recently. So maybe there is that barbecue place, right, down in Bloodworth, isn't there?
There are many barbecue places in Bloodworth.
Proctor, if you want to know if he was the one doing the eating or not, I mean, he probably didn't wash his hands a lot. You could taste his fingers to see if they're sweet.
I will look at his hands. Have his hands been eaten by the animals?
No. His hands, though, show trauma as if he was just recently in a fight, bare knuckles. He has the telltale cuts in his knuckles of, like, when you hit somebody in the face, especially, the teeth will cut the knuckles. He's got those telltale injuries on both of his hands.
All right. Well,
his
no,
hands
I can tell you
do
he's
not
been in a
smell like
fight,
barbecue
but-
sauce.
Yeah. So since the wild animals weren't eaten at his hands, I can tell you right off the bat he wasn't covered in barbecue sauce recently. But yeah, he has been in a fight, a fist fight, and pretty good. Landing headshots here, according to these little teeth marks he's got on his knuckles. But yeah, I guess a buckshot to the butt cheek will not will even the odds pretty quickly.
Hey, Andy, I think that means you can mark that up to 2 people.
Well, that
Because
is
One
true.
was fighting, and then somebody shot him in the ass.
That's true. I have a feeling there's plenty more where they came from. But here's the other thing, fellas. He died trying to count, and right now there's another fella out there, probably named Harriet. I'm not really sure. Didn't listen. But darn it, we can't leave them behind. You just can't. That's the code of a census worker. You don't leave people behind.
Proctor,
It was with me.
do you happen to have the ranged weapons skill, Proctor?
I do not.
Okay. So Andy's
going?
waiting for somebody to raise their hands.
No, seriously, like you could say no. It's
Well,
not a
I
requirement.
know you need me to
Okay.
raise my hand. I was nodding with you. I was like, yeah, okay.
Oh, I thought you were doing like some sort of, film effect there. You're trying to get like shaky cam,
I just stopped trying to remain calm. That's all.
Calm is
Yeah.
good.
But yeah, I'll go with you too, just in case somebody else gets shot or tortured. Well,
Or both.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it.
What do you want to do with the body? Gil, you could probably know by what's already happened here. If you leave it, it's probably going to be stripped down to nothing in a few hours by the wildlife.
Good thing I got a station wagon.
There's so
Toss
many
them in the
blood
back.
stains in the back of that station wagon.
He's
So
got
many-
the industrial plastic tarp that like painters use. He's just got it spread out of the bottom of the van. All right, you guys drag the body back. There's cars going across the interstate. Nobody pays any attention as you throw a body in the back of the van.
Ooh.
Are we close enough to radio in to the police department in Aviation Hill?
Yes, you are. You're just a few miles outside of Aviation Hill.
Have them send somebody out here?
Yeah, we should probably do that. Contact the sheriff. We knew the sheriff or something in Aviation Hill, right? He was the
Yeah,
one
he's the one that was
who
helpful.
caught us
to you.
breaking in. Yeah.
He was helpful. He also knows you're a G-man that now has a mission here. Because you asked for some help.
We should probably tell him. We think we've got some good suspects on who might have done this to this poor fella, and we're gonna go see about the other fella. And if the sheriff wants to send a little backup, well, we're not gonna say no.
Okay. Yeah, sheriff will send someone out to tape off the crime scene and all. He's down a few men. He had to send a couple of people out to Lake Malice. There was some kind of dispute going on that ended in some gunshots. So unfortunately, it's just him and his deputy. But they'll make it out as soon as they can. They're gonna secure the site first, and they'll offer you backup. Now, if you're getting some trouble, you let us know, and we'll just dump the site and come out to help you.
I hear what you're saying, but we got one dead body, we got one missing fella, and I'm gonna prioritize the living. I don't know about you.
Well, G-Man, you got jurisdiction on this, I assume. I'd like to have that paperwork at some point, but we will. You want to wait for us, or you want to meet us, or want us to meet you somewhere?
I'm gonna give you the address. Okay, you're gonna remember this address. It's and I'll give him the address.
All right. Now, I got to tell you, this is Bloodworth is not my jurisdiction. Properly, I do have to notify the local police there that this is transpiring, and I'm only able to go because you have officially called me in. You are officially calling me in, are you not, Agent Andy?
I do things by the book. What are you trying to imply?
I'm still waiting for those words, Agent Andy. Are you officially calling me in?
Is the sky blue? Come on now. What kind of game are you playing?
Still not hearing the words I need to hear, Agent Andy.
Yes, of course. I am bringing you in officially. Unofficially?
Right. We will meet you at that address. We will leave here directly.
Okay. Now, what I would like you to do, I would like you, if you don't mind, I want you to hold off on contacting a local constabulary there, just in case they've got they get out there a little early. They kind of, we want to get there first, so just kind of hold off. Give us a little lead time, all right?
Well, I don't officially have to contact them until we cross county lines, so I can hold off till then.
I like you, fella. You do things by the book. That's good. We're going to get along just fine.
Not counting my ex-wives, I've been sued 18 times, Agent Andy. I do things by the book these days. By the book.
Well, okay, that's a little bit of oversharing there. We're dealing with a kind of a very time-sensitive situation. Your marital life is really not relevant. But anyway, we'll see you there, buddy.
All right. So you're just right outside the edge of the working radio. You get about 5 miles on the radios when you're out in the open like this. Kind of in a valley, so the radios will go a decent amount. So you want to wait, or do you want to head on in yourself? Now he's just giving you time it's going to take him to actually cross over into Bloodworth County. Before he's going to have to call in the local police. So you have a head start if you want to go yourself first, or do you want to wait for him?
Bloodworth specifically, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to turn to Brett, Proctor, Gil. Fellas, I just don't trust this damn Bloodworth sheriff as far as I can spit. And I can't spit very far. Seriously, it's a birth defect. It's a problem. I was picked on a lot as a child. I really don't want to get into it now. If you would be so kind as to not ask follow-up questions. However, I think we got to move.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think we should at least go and scope it out and at least get an idea of what we're dealing with before others show up.
Yeah, especially before it gets too dark, too.
That's why I have night vision mode.
Nighttime is coming on fast. All this didn't take you very long to pull the body in. You guys sitting in Gil's van after you're done with the radio, so you tear off into Bloodworth, which is just a couple of miles into town. So you get into town, and almost immediately, darndest thing, you lose cell phone reception. Not that you had great reception before, but it's almost like as soon as you cross into the county line for Bloodworth, it's just zero, nothing. So all your phones are going off, giving you alerts that lost internet, lost signal, blah, blah, blah. The windy dirt road you have to go up to get to the Lee household that you are approaching. The household sits on just a little bit of a promontory. There's a couple of gates that you've got to open up to get there. Family likely did some cattle farming at some point. Gravel road after a bit. So you come to that first fence, and the fence is still opened. So last person out didn't close the fence. It's still wide open. And is anyone getting out, or are you just going to drive on through?
I would say slowly drive through, but as we're coming up on it, the headlights on, do we see signs of motorcycle tracks?
Yeah, and it is dark at this point. So everybody give me spot rolls.
And what did you say spot rolls were?
D20 plus your wisdom modifier. And if you happen to have any other bonuses for spot, some classes give you it.
All right. 15.
17.
15.
Yeah, I get a 10.
Anybody's got a 15 or a higher. Well, your headlights do glint as you're passing slowly through the open fence. There's blood. There's actually a bloody handprint, like right on the log that like somebody leaned on as they were opening the fence. You see that the chain that tied the fence to the log is slick with blood as well, just starting to dry. So your headlights glint off that, you notice. And yeah, and there is in the gravel, there's a single, a bicycle, or excuse me, a motorcycle wheel you're figuring has been moved the gravel aside. You can see like something larger came through here as well, like a 4x4, maybe something with really thick tires. But like right down the middle of that path, you see like a bike, just a single thick tire down the middle.
I'll point that out. Make sure everyone's aware of it.
How dark is the night? Like,
It's not like real dark. It's the sun just went down, so there's just a little bit of halo, it's still left as the fading sun goes down. The moonlight's 3/4 full. I mean, so it's fairly bright, but there are no street lights out here.
Right. Okay. Should we maybe turn the lights off, like back out of here and go in on foot? I mean, if I feel like if we go in with the car and the headlights, they're gonna know we're coming.
And they are armed.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, there's that, yes, but I think going in, we're presuming they're going to probably shoot at us. And I feel safer being shot at if I'm in my car driving away. I don't know. What do you think, Andy?
We could split the difference. Let's turn around with the lights on, pretend like we're leaving, circle around for a moment or two, turn the lights off, return, and see if we can slow roll, like almost in neutral if we have to, whatever it is, really low speed, as close as we can. Maybe not all the way up to the premises, maybe getting kind of close so that we have the car here if necessary for mode of egress.
I think that's a good idea.
You do that. Can't put it in neutral because you're going uphill, but you can go very slowly. The lights off. It's not too bad with the moonlight that's coming through. There's not a lot of tree canopy here. The trees have been clear cut around the road that's cutting up. You come to the second gate. This is pretty common amongst people that keep cows because you move cows from pasture to pasture. You keep them within by using these gates. Second gate is closed though, and there are several no trespassing, spelled just like that, no trespassing signs that kind of litter the side of the road here on the other side of this fence that you're coming up to. This fence, like the last one, isn't padlocked. It just has a chain that's kind of wrapped around a log, so it's easily enough to come in and move. You do notice though that in the moonlight that is making its way through, those signs have lots of bullet holes through them.
Yeah. I'm not surprised by that.
Yeah, you look worried.
Yes.
I don't know why you're worrying. It says trespassing, which we're clearly not doing because I am lawfully here. So we're not trespassing. So I'm sure they'll be reasonable and everything will go fine.
Okay.
Oh, I was kidding. They're probably going to shoot at us, and I'm assuming they probably ate Harriet, so that's probably not a good thing. I was just trying to add a little levity to the situation because it's very tense.
Yes.
What if we did this? If like me and Andy we can kind of scout ahead. You stay here with the car, keep it ready to roll. If we run into trouble, we immediately run back. If we need you to come do a pickup, we got radios. You got a radio?
No.
No? You can stay here where it's safe.
Not staying here by myself. Let's go.
Well,
But you got a body in the back to keep you company. And
I'll
there's
tell you what.
Proctor.
I'll stay here with you in case somebody comes, and we can fight them off. And those two will have guns. They'll be good to fight somebody off. And all they have to do is just make it to us. We can pull them into the back here, and everything will be fine. We'll all be fine. Everything will be fine.
Okay.
You guys.
I'll
Tell you what. How about we each pop a Quaalude here? I was going to take these to a party I was going to attend, but this will keep us nice and calm. All right.
These are the ones you got to stay awake for like the 20 or 30 minutes, right?
Right.
Okay. Okay.
Do you take drugs?
Why not?
All right, but you're staying with the car right now. So the two
Yes.
that are going out, are either one of you taking the offered drugs?
Absolutely not.
No.
Gotta be
Okay.
focused here. Plus, if it's gonna take 20 or 30 minutes to kick in, we're probably gonna be dead in 15. So it's really kind of a waste of time.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
some good Quaaludes.
All right. Well, Brett and Andy, you get out of the car, going up to the fence. You could just hop it, or you can unwind it. But the thing that you both notice is there's a small bumper sticker, like a car bumper sticker, that's been like just plastered on the top rung of the gate that says "F the dog, beware the owner."
Awesome.
Well, that seems a little. I guess this person just doesn't like dogs. Oh well, what a bastard.
Mhm.
That's what I learned from that side.
Never trust people that don't like dogs.
I agree.
And definitely don't trust them that dogs don't like.
Now, do you have the camera with you right now? Or are you,
I do. And I flip on the night vision mode so I
Okay,
can
perfect.
see.
Fantastic. Okay. Just what I want you to do is the camera. So can you reach out and put a hand on my shoulder as
Sure
I
thing.
go forward? All right. If at any point you see something, go ahead and just tap me or just squeeze. Okay.
Okay.
And we'll try to keep it quiet as we move. We don't want to make too much sound.
That's right.
We want to be stealthy, like ghosts.
Yeah.
You know.
Yes.
Well, let's have both of you guys make me your stealth rolls. As if you don't have the skill, let me know.
You have the skill. Don't
As
have
do
much.
I.
Okay, go ahead and make me your rolls.
17 for Andy.
13 for
Andy.
Brett.
No, you're both ninja. A pair of ninja disappearing into the night. Being led by Brett, as I understand it, with your night vision. Although, again, the moonlight is making things fairly clear out here, and there's not a lot of trees right next to the road going up to the house.
So I'm
Agent Andy.
gonna do the thing. I'm up front because I got the Kevlar on, but he is like over my shoulder, hand on my shoulder, with his eyes, with the night
Sure.
vision.
Yeah, so that he can direct you a little bit better.
Exactly.
All right, so but we're going to take up with those left back in the van first, as you guys watch Andy and Brett go off into the darkness. They're soon lost. Yeah. So, Gil, you took some drugs. Proctor, did you take some drugs?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
To
All right. Both of you guys make me con checks. Look, equal to or under your constitution, please.
oh boy, thunder.
Over.
Okay. Well, Proctor, you're fine. Gil might be addicted after this. But either way, the bonus that you are going to suffer first is actually not bad. Your courage saves are easier because you're just so mellowed out.
Nice.
As the drugs kick in much faster than you would have assumed, probably because you haven't really eaten today. Yeah, nobody really ate today. So yeah, you guys are feeling good. Does anybody turn on a radio?
No.
Okay.
Mission. Let me get my tunes.
Both of you guys hear just kind of quietly at first, probably Gil first. You hear a brum, 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 like a very small engine just silently, starting up. And you're not sure if it's just, you're tripping or not. So you kind of look over Proctor, and Proctor, you hear it too. You hear a brum, 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 brum.
Any signs? Anything we can see?
You're looking through the side view mirrors, and it is dark, moonlight apparent and all too. And you're kind of looking around, you're looking through your windows. You don't really see anything, and it's hard to really judge where the sound's coming from. Then it's just a little louder, like.
Yeah, that's a guy coming.
Both of you guys make me spot rolls. You're at -2 because you're just so chilled out. It's hard to concentrate.
I rolled a
thank
nat
God.
20. It's 19 with my penalty.
Okay.
I rolled an 8.
Okay. Gil, you're lucky. You're lucky.
Nice.
You spot the form just as a chainsaw blade run, is pushed through the driver's side door right into your body. But since you saw it coming, I'm gonna allow you to try and just move yourself over, like basically sitting on Proctor's lap. If you can make me a dex check, please. Roll equal to or under your dex.
Okay.
Otherwise, I was just going to let the chainsaw dig into you. So, you saw it coming. You got a moment to react.
I succeed.
Okay. You guys see this long, like 16-inch chainsaw blade just erupt through into your cab as Gil throws himself over Proctor's lap. Proctor, other than the sound of the revving of the chainsaw, you have no idea what's going on until you see the blade start walking its way up the door as it just starts to cut the door out. And what's exposed when the door finally just kind of falls out and Gil, you're in Proctor's lap, is that a very tall man sticks his head that's covered in the carcass of a very large pig's head that he's just kind of slipped over his own head. And that pig's head kind of pushes its way through the doorway that's been cut out. And you can hear the man behind this pig head just going sniffing the air. Why don't both of you guys make me a hold on here. Let me see if he counts as supernatural. Give me a second.
Oh my God, it's the guy.
It's the guy.
Yeah, from the thing. Look at him.
From the picture.
Okay, yes, he does have a terror rating because he is that. Yeah, he's that scary. Okay, so a terror is it's a check where you want to roll high. You want to roll higher than their terror rating. Okay, so it's a D20 roll plus any kind of bonuses you might have against terror checks. And,
Is there an
hold on.
attribute
There's
that
another.
has-
Yeah, there's an attribute that helps too. Let me look it up real quick. Okay, so the terror check is just a D20 plus your level, which is 2 now, plus any bonuses you might have otherwise. You don't get a stat for this. It's just D20 plus your level.
As
Roll high. You want to roll high.
Yeah, a folklorist, I do get advantage on illusion, courage, and terror checks.
There you go.
So
you get to roll 2 dice, taking the higher of the two.
first one's a 13. Second one is a 6. I got a 13.
Okay, 13 plus 2 for your level is 15.
That is included.
Oh, that's including. Okay. All right. How did Proctor do?
Roll plus level is 14.
Okay, so yeah, you both fail the terror check.
Yeah, I was worried about that.
Yeah, okay.
This will be fine.
Is this a survival kind of situation?
You can. It might be useful.
How does that work? Is that a reroll or just?
It's a reroll. Just burn one of your survival points and just reroll it. You still get your advantage just like you did before.
Yep, I'm going to do that. All right. There's a 20. No, I'll take the 20.
I too will burn a survival point.
Okay. You pass, so while you're terrified, nothing special happens. You can act as normal. Gil,
18.
how about? You're fine too. Okay, so this large man who must be 7 feet tall, kind of stoops to stick his head in. It's got the leathered head of a pig that's just pulled down over his head. How are you reacting here?
So, this leather pig head, can I see his actual eyes or
Yes,
mouth?
you can.
Oh, good. I have a pocket knife that I would like to lodge into his eyeball.
Okay, you want to attack him?
Yes.
Okay, it's going to be a melee attack, and if you want to do a called shot, essentially, Give me a second here. Okay, so make me a melee attack, which is going to be just a d20 plus your strength, plus any bonuses that you might have to fighting or melee or hand-to-hand.
Okay. So it'll be a d20 minus 1.
Okay, make that a -3 total if you're going directly for an eyeball.
Directly for an eyeball. d20 minus 3. I do intend to use a survival.
You don't have to say until after you roll because, it doesn't do any better by doing it beforehand.
I got a 15. I'll take a 15.
Okay, yeah, 15's not bad. That's with the minuses?
That is with the minuses, yes.
Okay, well, his AC is, give me just a second. Oh,
AC.
You hit right in the eyeball. Awesome. Go ahead and do your damage.
I don't know what my damage is.
Okay, so a knife is just going to be, you're like a pocket knife, right?
It's a
That's what we're
pocket
talking about. Like,
Yeah.
it's a D4 plus your strength bonus, which fortunately, if it's a negative, it's a negative. But I will also give him the blinded condition.
Nice. I got 1 point of damage,
Okay.
and I'll take blinding.
But you did blind him. Yeah, you shove it right in. And he squeals like a pig when you stick him in the eye. I'm going to let Proctor have an action, and then we're going to go into combat. We're going to go into actual initiative.
Oh boy. So did you take damage from the chainsaw attack there?
No.
Okay.
He
In that
jumped
case-
aside just as that blade came through the door.
In that case, I'm opening the door next to me and getting out.
All right. With Gil on your lap, you open the door, and you both kind of just fall out the door. So you're on the opposite end of the truck. He's on the other end of the truck or the van with one eye blinded out. So I tell you what, before we go into initiative, how do you want to deal with this? Because you can definitely just keep moving around the truck so that he can't get to you. Or you can just run.
I am on drugs.
Yes, you are.
I intend to try and fight him.
You know what? I forgot about that too. Since you were on drugs, your fear check would have been a little bit easier as well. But I think you both needed the rerolls anyway to make it. But yeah, okay. So you want to do what? Sorry?
I'm going to try and fight him.
You want to fight him? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you're going to run around the truck, or are you just going to, how do you want to get to him? Do you want to go
I am
around?
going to run around the front.
Okay. You're going to run around the front.
Yeah.
All right. Proctor, what are you going to do?
I'm going to go for the radio.
Okay, you grab the radio. Good enough. Let's go ahead and go into initiative then. It's a D6, and whoever has the best bonus, you can add it to your side. So if anyone has an initiative bonus or the best dex bonus between Gil and Proctor?
I don't have an initiative bonus. I have a 0 on dexterity.
Okay, Proctor, you got a bonus on dexterity?
I got a +1 dexterity and +3 to initiative as I am an
Okay.
EMT.
So you have a +4 to your D6 roll. So go ahead and make that roll.
5.
4. You guys go first. So let's just go by who's doing the most intense actions. Gil, you round that corner being fearless because you're high on opiates right now.
Yeah.
Your pocket knife, you didn't say you left it in his eye socket. So you still have your pocket knife. So you round the corner and you realize how immense this man is. He is 7 feet tall, but he's probably a good 4 feet wide as well. He is wearing overalls with just like one strap snapped on, the other one's hanging off, but oddly he's got them cut so that they are like Daisy Duke shorts on the lower part.
Oh, that's even better for what I want.
And he's got these big, massive, hairy quadriceps and legs, and he's wearing like these big Doc Marten boots.
Okay, that the Daisy Dukes make my life a little bit easier. They really do, because in classic David versus Goliath kind of situation, fighting a man that will clearly overpower me, I am going to do a called shot
Okay.
at the meeting point on them Daisy Dukes, if you get my drift.
Okay. I won't even, you know what? I'm not even going to give you a modifier for this. This guy is large. He's tall. He's blinded. Just make me an attack roll. Just make me an attack roll.
Right in the conference center.
Right in the conference center. I'm gonna go ahead and survival that.
Okay, what did you roll?
I got a 7.
Yeah, that would have missed.
Yeah, and I don't want to miss. So let's make my survival an 8 now. That's a 15.
Okay. Well, that hits. This is. Do you have martial arts?
No.
Okay, so you're gonna do. Oh boy. Roll a d. Well, this is a virtual table. Roll a d2.
One for each one.
I got a 2.
Okay, what is your strength bonus or negative?
-1.
-1. So you only do a point of damage. But I tell you what, since it was a called shot and all right to the jewels, I'm going to let you roll on the critical table.
Nice.
So go ahead and roll me a d20.
Yeah, absolutely. 11. A 1 for each. I guess.
Oh, that is perfect. All right, so he collapses to his knees, which makes him almost as tall as you still. Holding on to his balls, he loses all of his dex bonus because, you know.
Mhm.
Hard to walk around.
Yeah, so you gotten rid of his dex bonuses. He is technically prone, although he's just kind of on his knees right now, but he'll count as prone. Go ahead.
Follow-up question. You said he's grabbing the parts that I stabbed. Does that mean he dropped the chainsaw?
Yes, the chainsaw, we'll say, is lodged in the door as he didn't have a chance to pull the chainsaw out.
Is it still going?
It is. The engine is still puttering, yes.
Okay, but the blades aren't going. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Okay, Proctor, you reached back in and you grabbed one of the radios.
Mayday, Mayday. Gil is in mortal combat with a pig monster. Repeat. Mortal combat with a pig monster.
Agent Andy and Brett, what you hear is a squeal, a really loud squeal, and then you hear this on the radio.
Oh, geez. I guess the
You should pick
Quaaludes have
Raiden.
really kicked in. Should we go check on them, or we just
Yeah.
let them have their fun with whatever fancy things they're seeing now?
You know,
I
we
don't
should
know.
probably just go make sure they're safe and not hurting themselves, or Gil's not
Jeff,
running around saying he's a pig man and holding his nose. And
so Jeff, roll me a d4, and this is how many rounds away that you are when you get this.
Fair enough. That's a 4. That's a big Texas size 4.
God damn it.
But Andy,
Okay.
isn't Andy crazy fast?
Andy, that's true. Andy actually can move at 3 times speed.
Yeah, most people move at 2 times speed, so you could get there in 3 rounds if you wanted to run it. If you want.
I know that optimally that would be the right thing to do, but I don't think he would abandon Brett in the middle of nowhere without weapons. So we're a team. We're going together. I wouldn't abandon until I get sight of this large pig man and verify that this is not just the lunacy brought upon from drug use. I'm going to stick with Brett.
All right, sounds good. The man pig will now go by he will try to return the favor by just doing an uppercut right to Gil's own crotch area.
Oh, God. No, thank you.
I will give him the modifier for targeted place. Let's see.
I have an AC of 12.
Okay, what does he have for +9 to melee, +4 to melee? No, plus nope. Okay, so it's going to end up being a plus. Okay, so what would your AC?
12.
Hey, he misses because I've
Yeah.
got to do more than your AC.
Nice.
So it's very close, startlingly close. Yeah, to the old gene factory there. But he misses.
Right where I make my denim.
Right where you make your denim. I'm choosing to not as an option. I'm choosing not to have initiative re-rolled. So you guys go first.
I'm having yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah.
I'm having great luck with these called shots. He's on his knees. He's blinded. He's stabbed in the bits. I'm going to try and, if I can, I don't know. The picture on it makes it look like it might be tough. I want to try and called shot his neck and slit his throat.
Okay.
I don't know if it's possible, but that's what I want to try and do.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead. We'll do the -2 for the called because.
All right.
Yeah.
That's fair.
You can still see out of one eye.
I
Oh,
rolled a
that's
1.
bad. That's bad. That's a critical fumble.
Yeah.
Now you can survival point up a crit fumble. There's no. You don't have to keep the crit fumble if you don't want to.
Then
If you want to spend a survival point, you can spend the survival point.
This feels pretty life or death, so I'm going to survival point that.
Okay, but that still misses. But it's not a critical fumble.
Okay.
We need the 15. You did the same thing. You got equal to. So you go for the throat, and actually, I'll say here's what happens. It actually does hit the throat, but it's got the flap of that really thick pig skin is over his throat, so you just kind of score the pig skin, and you can definitely tell that he's wearing it like a mask. This is not his head. It's most definitely a mask that he's just wearing.
Okay.
All right, Proctor, you are kind of half in the cab, half out as you've got the radio on you. Gil's going toe to toe with the thing.
I will climb all the way into the cab and sit on the driver's seat and try to boot the pig monster right in the pig head.
All right, sure. Go ahead and make me a melee attack roll. That's fine.
There. There. 14. Damn. You know what? Survival point.
Okay.
Try it again. 14.
Yeah.
Double 14s. Is he still missing a dex bonus?
He is.
Okay.
But his armor class is not due to his dex.
Yeah. When you're that big, it's usually not.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's his turn again. He has a target-rich environment now. Now, he does so even with the penalty for being blinded, which I'm giving him, he still has a bonus to his hit. And he's really mad at Gil. So again, he's going to reach out and just basically just try to rock your roll with a very thick, meaty fist.
Okay. AC 12.
This would be the complete first round after you got the message, guys. So you've got 3 more rounds to survive through before the cavalry comes in. Boom! Oh, that's a critical hit.
Oh. It's okay. We leveled up. My hit points increased from 5 to 6. I can probably tank this.
Okay, well, he does 8 points of damage with his fist as he just knocks the wind out of you.
Does that dead me, or how does that work?
No, you're just out. You're out.
Okay.
And since it was from a fist, you won't have to make an out of action roll. You're just knocked out.
Okay.
But yeah, he does get a crit though. So let's see what that crit does. I'll let you roll it. Roll a d20 for me, Chuck.
Yeah.
You'll be the instrument of your own demise.
I got 12.
Okay, this makes sense. When you do come to, you're basically going to be winded for a bit. Your dex and your movement are just going to be lowered for a bit as you catch your breath. He hit you like right in the solar plexus.
Okay.
It's probably what knocked you out, stunned you completely. All right, so this is this will be the beginning of the second round since the phone call. Proctor.
Jake had to run away.
Oh no! Here he is. He's back.
He's back.
Proctor. Gil just got knocked out. Just cold cock.
I've got a knife.
You've got
so
a knife.
I will get my knife and I will try to stab.
Sure.
I'm just going to try to stab anywhere at this guy with it.
That's fine. Just go ahead and make me a melee attack roll.
All right. Survival point.
Yeah, sure, burn through them.
Oh,
And that's a critical fumble as well.
All right. Well, I'll roll that d20 then.
Yeah. The fumbles actually really aren't that horrible in this game. So what did you roll? A 13?
Yep.
Okay. You overextend yourself and you just put yourself in a bad position. You're just going to lose your dex bonus, but that potentially means your armor class is going to decrease for the next round. Yeah, you just left yourself open is what it comes to. Do you have a dex bonus?
1.
Okay, so then your AC is 1 lower as he will now attack you. But he, instead of attacking you, he gets up with a grunt and a snort, and he rips the chainsaw out of the car and just starts revving it up. You guys running up hear this now. You hear the sound of a small engine revving up. So that's his action. So we're now starting the third round. Proctor, you're the only one conscious. What do you want to do?
Oh boy. Okay, so I am scared, but I'm not like operating under a complete fear mode. So instead of instead of abandoning Gil to get vivisected, I'm going to try to do something really stupid and grab hold of this guy.
Grab hold of him. How? Like you want to wrestle him? You want to grab him?
Yeah, I'm going to try and like seize hold of his wrists so he can't use the chainsaw.
Okay, yeah, sure. So he is, let's see, he is more than a foot taller than you. What's your strength?
+2.
+2. He does not have 5 or more strength than you, but it's pretty darn close.
Oh boy.
Okay, so he has advantage on his strength check against you, is all this means.
All right.
So you make a melee attack. And then if you succeed, the target makes a strength check using your attack roll as a modifier. So go ahead and make your D20. Make your melee attack. Do 28 plus your strength plus any modifiers you have.
I am trained in wrestling, so I get a +2 to everything.
That's good.
Ooh. Survival point.
Well, a 15 hits. Did you just roll a 15?
Yeah, but he's checking against mine, right?
Yes, he's checking against your roll. So,
yeah.
But so remember, you don't get the better of the two. So if you do worse on the survival roll, you have to take the worse.
True, but that's pretty bad for me.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
Of course.
Roll a d20.
Oh boy. 19.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh boy.
Oh, this is funny. No, this is funny. You reach out to grab him, and you actually do get a hold of his like his the one strap that's holding up his farmer's coat, and then he just takes a step back, which pulls you out of the car and makes you fall flat on your face on the ground. You're gonna take a D6 damage from just face planting on the gravel. I'll let you roll the damage on yourself.
1. Okay.
All right, yes, not bad. But now it's his turn, which he's just going to curb stomp your ass.
Naturally.
He's still at negatives because he's not as good because of his negative blindness. He still has a +3. And your AC is 1 less. So does a 15 hit you?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, at least it's not the chainsaw.
True.
4, 5, 6, 7 points of damage.
Okay.
Are you still conscious?
I am.
Okay. Now we're starting. This is round 4.
With us hearing the chainsaw on the last round, could I, as Andy, start actually running at that point?
You can now. We'll have you come in on their initiative, so you can take your action now. As you see this behemoth of a man with a chainsaw just plant his foot on the back of Proctor's head, smashing his face into the gravel. You see Gil just out cold on the ground, and he's holding this chainsaw. What do you want to do?
Oh dear. I would like to blast him with both barrels. And by him, I mean Gil. No, just kidding.
Put him out of his misery.
I just want to show the pig man that I mean no harm to him. Just here to count.
See what I'm willing to do to my own friends. Now think what I would do to you.
All right. So I'm gonna do the thing I've been doing. I'm gonna try to fire both shots.
Okay.
First one, that's 4.
Oof.
I will survival that.
Okay.
Try to roll that again. For an 8. Twice as good.
Minus. Yeah.
Next time, I will fire again. This time at -2. This is a 13. That was 13.
Yeah. Not going to hit him.
Okay. Well, all right. I'll let it go, but at least there's another target he has to concern himself with as I'm firing bullets at him at this point.
Yes, you are.
Maybe that'll draw his attention.
Proctor. Or actually, no, you won't be able to there to the next round, John. So you're running. You're huffing to catch up to Gil or to Andy, who just bolted in front of you. Proctor, you're face down on the ground. This massive weight just lifted up from you as you take a gasp of air. You are prone.
I'm gonna roll under the truck.
That's awesome. You roll under the truck. You have complete coverage. Seeing as you just rolled under the truck, we have Andy running toward him, firing his guns. This is gonna be sweet. Hold on, I'm gonna see how far away Andy actually is. Come on, roll it. 40 feet. Okay, can he throw it that far? With a strength of 20, he absolutely can throw it that far. He hurls the running chainsaw at you, Gil.
Oh dear. At me? At Andy. Oh dear.
At Andy, sorry.
That's no good. Oh,
No, he is
dear.
blinded, so this is not actually really great for him. So it's still a +3, though. Okay. What's your AC?
Well, it's higher than what you rolled there, sir. It's a 17.
Okay. Chainsaw goes flying by your left ear.
Wow. That was silly.
That's his action. So Brett, you come running up next to Andy. You see this giant of a man with a pig's face.
Did I see where the chainsaw landed?
Yeah, startlingly very close to you, embedding itself in a tree nearby.
I'm gonna go grab the chainsaw.
Okay. Grab the chainsaw. All right. I'm not making you guys roll courage checks just yet. Well, because one, it wasn't a very frightening scene of the first introduction. When you're getting up close and personal, maybe, but not yet. So back to you, Agent Andy, or Proctor, who seems to be safe underneath the van right now.
I will defer to Proctor.
Since I saw him turn to face toward where the gunfire was coming from, I'll crawl out from under the truck to try to make my way to Gil.
Okay, sure. You crawl over to the front, you grab Gil's leg, and you can pull him under the van if you want.
Yeah, I will do exactly that.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. So, Agent Andy?
Okay. Well, Andy will, undeterred by the flying chainsaw, he will think, wait a second, maybe it wasn't a pterodactyl. Maybe it was a chainsaw. And then he will fire, suddenly reinvigorated with courage.
Okay.
So same thing, going to do the 2. That's 17 on the first.
That hits.
All right.
Go ahead and do damage.
That's a 2d6 damage. That's 6 points of damage.
Okay. Still up, but yeah, that was center of mass. There's definitely blood.
And second shot, that's a 16.
Oh,
How's
that's
that for
nice
you?
too. Yeah, go ahead and do me some more damage.
Okay. Like I said, reinvigorated, no longer thinks pterodactyls exist. And that's 10 points of damage this time.
Okay. Total of 26 points of damage. He is still standing, bleeding, shot, blinded, but really, really angry.
And Andy will shout out, "You might be big and tall, but you still only count as one."
Brett, you have the chainsaw.
Yeah.
His action is he rushes Agent Andy.
Okay.
Wait for the census foo. So much census foo.
Oh, that'll hit.
Well, crap, that hit.
9 points of damage. He just piles into you with his fist. Now you can subtract some damage for any toughness that you have.
No.
And how
not
much
yet.
armor? And you have armor.
I do have Kevlar.
Yeah. Which should have an armor rating on it as well. It stops bullets, but it also gives you some toughness. I'll look it up here real quick.
Yeah, I got it.
Hold on a
Let me
second.
see.
Equipment. Here we go. Armor.
Kevlar has a toughness of +1 versus +1 and +1 versus range weapon. So yeah, +1. So 8
And then
points of damage then?
Yeah. Yes.
All right.
Are you still up? Okay.
Oh yeah.
So
Big
he is
beefy
now
boy.
he's now toe to toe with Ancient Andy, who he is just hulking above. And at this point, this is where you guys can see that this is just a very large man with bullet holes in him now. Blood pouring out of the eye socket of a pig's head that he's just strapped over his head. Since he's bleeding, and because, if he bleeds, you can kill him, we won't have you make a courage check.
Yay.
It's not so frightening now that he's, injured.
I see guys with pig heads all the time.
It's your turn. Proctor, you can revive Gil.
Yeah, can I use would mending wounds give him hit points back?
Yeah, at your level 2, it does 1d4 plus half your level, so 1d4 plus 1.
Right on.
And since you were just knocked unconscious, you don't have to make an out of action roll.
So yeah, that'll be 3 hit points for us.
All right, Gil,
50%.
you come conscious, staring up at your car's transmission, which you notice is leaking transmission fluid all over you. And, to the sounds of gunfire and lots of squealing for some reason.
Okay. I'm not done with this guy.
Okay.
The lewds haven't worn off yet.
Not yet.
I roll out from under the car and I am going to charge him.
Okay. Go ahead. Make your attack roll, melee attack.
Okay.
Now, you charging to grapple or charging to do damage?
Charging with my knife. And
Okay.
I'm going to survival that.
Oh my gosh!
Who
Yes,
needs
burn through
survival
them.
points? Where's my survival? I still, after this, have 6 left. I'm doing great. I did worse.
Yes, you stumble by him, trying to stab him with your little pocket knife.
Okay.
Andy or Brett, either one.
Brett. Brett would like to. He's going to fire up the chainsaw, scream Excalibur in a tight, shrieky voice, and charge at him with the chainsaw and try to whack him with the chainsaw.
Okay, so I'm going to bet that you don't have chainsaw as a trained weapon.
I don't.
Right. So it's -3 to your roll, but if you hit, that's some serious damage.
All right, so that's I'm gonna survival point that.
That 3 is definitely going to miss.
Yep, it was better.
Yeah. So remarkably unwieldy is the chainsaw as a melee weapon. Remarkably so. Not even
Remarkably
balanced
so.
right.
It always looks so easy in the movies.
Okay. All right. So Piggy Lee is just going to try to grab
Nope.
Gil, and then you're
Andy
sorry.
still gets to go.
Go ahead, Andy. So
yeah.
you are
So-
in melee, so you
Right.
can shoot, but you're at minuses because
Disadvantage. Yeah, it's disadvantage, I believe,
Mhm.
for attacks. But you know what? That sucks. Let's see. I would like to beat him with my guns, if that's possible.
Okay.
So if I could do like an improvised here, just
Yeah.
kind of smash him a bit with.
There is actually improvised weapon. If you do not have that skill,
I don't think It's a skill.
You know what? You have what do you have combat training?
I do. I have
Then yeah,
combat
never
training.
mind. Never mind. This will
Okay.
count as a club, which is a light weapon. So yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm just gonna try to pistol whip him in the little piggy, if you catch my drift, as hard as I can. So this is strength this time, so it's a little different. I'm not used to that, but I'm a little better at melee actually. So that's gonna be
He's well trained. He's well trained for a short guy.
That's a 12. I can survival that. I don't mind. No pig guts, no glory. So let me do that again. That is also a 12. So adding them together is 24. That's how it's working.
So you, Agent Andy punches him just like he misses the family jewels and just hits him solidly in the stomach, and it's like punching a brick wall. Like there's no give there, Agent Andy. Probably why you were aiming for the family jewels to begin with. So as I was saying, Piggy Lee grabs for Gil and then will attempt to, once he grabs Gil, use Gil as a blunt instrument to kill Agent Andy with.
Oh, that's rude.
So he is going to, I am including the blindness modifier here. He's going to make a grab attempt at Gil, which I think he succeeds. What's your AC, Gil?
12.
Okay, so you need to roll. Hold on a second. 18 is your TN. So you're going to roll a d20, add your strength modifier, and you need to get an 18 or better.
I got a 5.
You do not. So he grabs you, and with that same motion, this is one of his abilities here. He's going to swing you right into Agent Andy as an attack. I think that hits.
Funny story. I have increased defense against people.
Gil, do you have a con modifier?
No. Let me
Okay.
confirm that. A -1. So
Well,
do I heal
oddly
Andy
enough,
when I...
no. Oddly enough, you do less damage than if Piggy Lee were just to punch Agent Andy.
Nice.
So it's only a D4 plus his strength. So take 5 points of damage minus any toughness you have from armor or otherwise.
Well, I am still kicking.
And Gil was just smacked against you. Gil, you're taking an equivalent amount of damage. You're going to take 5 points of damage, which I think knocks you out again.
I'm out again.
But he's not letting you go. He's going to continue to use you as a weapon.
Okay.
It's your guy's turn.
So we've got. Do we have the station wagon or the van?
We have the station wagon.
We have the station wagon. Okay. And then there's the body is in the back seat, correct?
Yeah.
In the back? Okay.
In the hatchback, yeah.
All right. Brett's gonna huck the chainsaw behind him. Like
Hey,
just-
room.
and then he's gonna go.
Oh, my sciatica. No, go.
Granny, go to bed. And then he's going to sprint to the back of the station wagon. He has a
Okay.
stupid idea.
All right. Sure, you can get there. What do you want to do?
I'm going to open the back and pull out the body.
Okay, you start pulling the body out. Okay. All right, good enough. Andy, you were in mortal combat as Gil is being brandished against you. Kind of floppy.
Right.
He's just kind of
Right.
dangling there.
Okay. And there's not like a move in action, right? It's just an action on your turn, right?
Oh, you can do both.
I wasn't sure if I could step away. I wasn't like, and then also obviously if there's like opportunity attacks and stuff, is it possible for me to step away to put some distance before I fire? Or
Yeah, I don't see why not. Sure. There's
Okay.
no what is it called in other systems?
Attacks of opportunity.
Yeah,
Tax of
no opportunity. So yeah, you just take a move action, but yeah, that's it. Yeah, you can move a third of your movement and still be able to act normally. If you want to move
Okay.
further than that, then you're
Okay, that's
minus-
fine.
Yeah.
I just want to get out of his reach so I can fire my weapons
Sure.
without disadvantage.
That's fine.
And so then I will take the momentum that Gil has provided me with his body, and
You just
I will turn
dangling.
around. Wow. And I will shoot.
Roll a one.
So
Critically
First shot.
fumble.
That's a natural 20.
Oh, that's
baby.
What's up?
All right.
How you doing? What's going on? I'm Andy freaking Andrews. How's it going?
Go ahead and roll the damage for that, and then roll a d20. Let's see what the critical hit does. Maybe you kill him
All right.
outright on this one.
So the damage is 7, and then the d20 is 6.
Okay. You hit him in the shoulder that he's holding Andy by. So the result is nerve hit. The target drops. All items are old. It's unceremoniously dumped on his head.
Just hear a crack. Oh dear.
As he has to drop what he's holding, but that's it. So he takes the 6 points of damage. This guy is just a massive machine of meat. Like he's bleeding, but you haven't put him down.
I got another shot, so it's going to go for that. That's no good, but I will go ahead and survival that as well, since he just won't frickin' die. That's a 17 this time.
Hits. Yep. Go ahead and do your
So
damage.
let me roll another 5. A little 5 on top of that.
Okay. That one, he does stagger a little bit too. There's more blood. It's just gushing out of him now, but he's still standing. Anyone else?
Well, maybe you are more than one. I don't know.
Proctor?
I will climb out from under the.
Yeah, you climb out from underneath and you see Brett pulling the body out of the back of the car.
I imagine there's just a moment where we're both like, where we catch eyes and we're
Yeah.
like, what do you do? You just screw it, just keep going. And
Brett looks at you and he's like, Dread Pirate Roberts.
I don't know what that means. I'm gonna start making my way to the chainsaw.
Oh, wow. You can still hear it rumbling. It's still on back that way somewhere. So, yeah, you can make your way to the chainsaw. Fair enough. Good enough. Let's see. His turn. Okay, well, you're not down till you're down, so he's going to rush Andy to get back into melee with him.
No, take your time. Don't need to rush.
Misses, I think, with a 14.
14 is, in fact, a miss. Olay.
Okay. Yes, you sidestep. Back to your turn. I am really interested to find out what Brett wants to do with that body.
So Brett pulls out the body and he's going to kind of hold it up and he's going to kind of marionette it in front of himself. He's like, hey, I'm not dead, you son of a bitch. Look at me.
Wow. Okay. Andy, what are you doing?
I told you it was a dumb idea.
Okay. I'll do the same thing I do. I'm trying to like strafe and shoot kind of thing. Taking a couple steps fire, fire.
Since he missed and was rushing you, I'm going to say that, he ran past you, so you're not in melee. You can,
Okay.
You can go ahead.
I will continue to fire then. Confused as to what the hell Brett is doing over there with that body, but all right. That's a natural 1.
I think Brett, if he was attacking you, I think I would allow you to do like an outsmart because that is cool. But he's not engaged with you right now. So that would be a roll on the critical fumble if you want it.
I will survival it as this this seems a very dire situation. So I'll do another survival. And it's a 12. That's a miss, I'm sure.
Yeah, just a miss.
And I'll fire the second gun.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 6. That's another miss. I think I'm going to hold on to the rest of the survival.
Okay.
And that's it. I just keep firing. Confused. Why are you doing that? I don't understand what you're doing.
Proctor, you make it to the chainsaw. It's fairly close. It's fairly close to Piggy Lee. I mean, you can attack with it if you want. It is an unwieldy, unnatural weapon for melee, but you're welcome to use it. It's -3 to the attack with it.
Well, thanks to my history as a warehouse worker, that's just a D20 for me. So I'm going to go ahead and go for it.
You get improvised weapons.
No, it's I got +2 strength, +1 melee, so it just comes out as an even D20.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
17.
That hits. Okay.
Nice.
This is a nasty weapon. So give me a second. Okay, roll 2d6.
11.
Okay, +1 is a 12. Do you got any strength bonus?
+2.
14 points of damage and roll me a crit. Roll a d20.
4.
Okay. Well, you out of nowhere, Proctor comes in with this huge, oversized chainsaw and just lays it across Piggy Lee. It just cuts into him. Blood and viscera just goes everywhere. It pushes him back several feet where he just falls over, and he's not moving anymore.
The doctor will see you now, bitch.
As you say those words, you notice up in the 2-story mansion-style house, a couple of lights start coming on. A couple more lights start coming on, and then you hear the "Aroo!" of, you hope, our dogs start howling. And we'll end it there. End it there for the night.
Ooh.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Nice with the chainsaw. Nice with the chainsaw. I like it. I like it. Chuck, what do you got going on this week?
Wednesday.
And feel free to drop your links.
Yeah. Wednesday, we got ourselves an alien session over on twitch.tv/Defenders of Kobold. Everyone but Jake will be there for that. We're doing All Fear the Ishtar. Friday, John is continuing some Space Lizards for us. And I think Saturday, we've got Tales from the Loop. Is that correct or no? Yeah. Yeah. And Jeff will be there over on Grim and Perilous Plays. So, yeah.
Nice. Jeff, what you got going on this week?
Yeah, so over on twitch.tv/lollygaggers tomorrow night, you can see Chuck, Burt, myself, as we are playing Holler for Savage Worlds, Appalachia, but different flavor. Tuesday, Steven is running us through some Forbidden Lands. Friday, we're doing a one-shot of Black Sword Hack, by the Merry Mushman, so you want to come check that out. And then on Saturday, we are playing more of Twilight Imperium or Embers of the Imperium, which is a new Genesis RPG setting that just came out past couple months from Edge Studios. So it's like a space opera setting, so we're doing that. That's what we got.
Nice. John.
Yeah. Well, like Chuck mentioned, Friday, continuing with our Space Lizards stealing from the cruise ship that saved their lives. That's going super good. And then over on the YouTube channel for Defenders of Kobold, Tuesdays and Thursdays, we have episodes of our Pathfinder 2nd Edition actual play of the Age of Ashes Adventure Path. And yeah, they're all goblins.
All goblins. Jake, you got anything?
Nope.
Nope. All right. Well, this week coming up, we're playing something Tuesday. I don't know what yet. I'm thinking we might do some Paranormal Wellington. Something fun. There's a one shot on Tuesday, Friday. Back to BX Dungeons and Dragons, and this Saturday on the official Goodman Games channel. I think this is a Weird Frontiers week.
It sure is.
Yeah. And we'll see if anything goes on next Sunday. It's always up in the air to the middle of the week, and I find out how far behind I am in getting work done. Yeah. So thanks for watching, folks. Thanks for playing, guys. Say goodbye to everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.